Coming at you live from Los Angeles, Mississippi. This is Miko, and welcome back to another episode of the BLT 9 Qualifiers tier list. I'm joined once again by
Fogear 2004, and I am actually in Boston, Mississippi.
Hey, no, we live like 5 blocks against each other. Great, different cities, but I don't different subdivisions. It's called.
Just to clarify, guys, we are joking. We know our geography.
All right. Today, Cycle 4 is running underway, but Cycle 3 has ended, so I think it would be fair enough to do the cycling tradition of ranking all the qualifiers into a tier list. This time from Cycle 3.
Well, more like you think it would be fair enough to re-record what we already recorded, but
we had a failed recording.
Didn't work.
We had a failed recording yesterday, so today's the take 2. We got 27 qualifiers. Very big drop off from cycles 1 and 2. Still people qualified, but it's not as plentiful as before. But we do have some fresh faces, and we got some veterans that catches your attention really fast. So let's talk about them, shall we?
Okay.
First up, we have Ashbala99. You want?
Is a 99 in his name?
He hasn't. Well, yes, but he changed it. Oh, yeah, he changed his name to Ashbala. Now, this guy is a Smogon lurker. Has been around and has played for a long time. He can play decently from what I've seen. He just joined in 2020, but he has played around a lot, and he's played a lot of different tiers before. So let's see here. Let's take a look at his. Wait, no, this is new cycle. Talking about the old one. He has qualified pretty interestingly. He had. Well, let's see.
That's a lot of mono points.
Wait, what's the alt again?
Elmo Pain.
Ah, that's right, Elmo Pain. So he has monotype experience, and judging from his playstyle, yes, he is a mono main through and through. But he has played a lot of different tiers. So.
For you Ubers and you
where do we want to put Ashbala?
Do we put him the same place as the last time?
Let's not talk about the last recording. Let's treat this as a new recording. Yeah, C tier. I think this is a perfect threshold to start off with. He's a very average player. Not good, not bad, just average.
Dang.
So that's our main thought of Ashbala. We have surprised this before, so who knows? Maybe this guy will actually tear through the ladder, but tear through the monopool. But I don't think it's gonna happen because there's a lot of good people. But we'll see. All right, next up, Perfect Minen, aka Bidov.
Ah, yes, he was actually right below Ashbala in the standings.
Wow, by 1 point. Bidov is an AG main. He has played Anything Goes. Was quite a lot back then, and now, and so you can probably tell what his main is.
Yeah.
Anything Goes.
A tier he scored no points in.
Yeah. So, but credit to him for making other points in other tiers, like RU, Monotype, PU, NU, and the like. So, where do we want to...
And, of course, most importantly, Ranbats.
Yep, he is. He has scored Ranbat. Yeah, Ranbat should be a tier. Let's get that going, shall we? Where do we want to put Perfect Minen? I'm thinking a B. Okay, being a veteran in Tour's Room definitely has its perks and has its disadvantages as well. But I think he, despite coming off of a pretty rusty few years, and now coming back to the fold in Tor's room, I think Perfect Mind has a good shot in being a good, somewhat decent sub. I think he's gonna be a 3K buy personally, but who knows? Maybe they'll use him more.
That sounds more like a C than a B.
Really?
The way you're describing it.
But comparing him to Ashbala and presumably the rest of this list, I think Gabidov perfectly encapsulates that B player territory. Oh, it's just above average, and from my perspective.
You just really like aligning things to proper alphabetical order.
B for B-Dove. You do it too! Alright, next up. Blitzberg. Big player, this. Old player, actually.
Hey, I wonder what tier he goes in based on our previous statement.
Judging by his placements here in the points breakdown, he has played a lot of PU and RU, so he is a lower tiers main. He has played for a while back. He actually is a BLT veteran, has competed in I think 2 or 3 BLT, but and he's making his return here. So, Blitzberg coming back to the fold like this after being kind of a mid-average player back then to finally coming back and finally proving himself to be a pretty decent player, actually making it into the top 8, that's got worth some cred, and having that past BLT experience boosts him up. I'm thinking, what do you think, Pokeart?
You say.
Okay, so I'm thinking like a low A, high B, maybe high A. No, low A, high B. Bleh. I'm thinking low A.
Definitely not a high A.
Bleh, not a high A. He's not at that level yet, but I'm thinking Blitzberg has that potential to be a wild card in terms of the teams and can definitely help with some of the prep. But maybe he can't hang with the S or A player. Hell, even the high tier A players. But you never know. Maybe he'll pull off a surprise that we've never seen before. All right, next.
Okay, so is that an A or a B?
I put him in low A. A minus.
So it's a B.
Whoa. No. I don't see him as a B player though. I think he's above that.
Basically, your standards for B got very drastically lowered at some point.
Yes.
I guess.
My opinions change, okay? Even now, even trying to do the cyclical things, it's fluctuated. All right.
I don't know. Bidove's a C to me. Blitzberg's a B for me.
All right. Next up, Chamfernape. Let's see if looking at Chamfernape's Svagon, you can see he hasn't really gotten any. He hasn't really played a lot of tours. He's pretty neat. He's pretty new to the tour scene, but kudos to him for making for qualing and making 39 points off of it. Taking a look at his breakdown, you can see he has played a lot of the BLT tiers like doubles, like LC, like OU, like PU. But I think he's from the way he qualied in tours, I wasn't really that impressed all that much. But he certainly.
You were like about as impressed as you were with Frost Pixel.
Oh, there's the Frost Pixel hot take of the day.
Nah, it's not a hot take.
It's the truth though. So Champ Fernet, I'm thinking a D, maybe around that. He's not bad. Like, he's not F quality, but he's a D.
Well, yesterday you said something else there.
Well, no.
Yesterday you did say he's F quality.
Well, my opinions kind of changed a bit over the past couple of days now after actually looking into more. So,
So you did more research.
Yeah. He's all right. He's D. He's still D quality, but you know, that's just our opinions,
and
man.
judging from his wall, I think he's gotten out in round 1 of just about every tour he's done.
Well, that's the problem with entering in a lot of
Either
different
that,
tours.
or if he did make it to round 2, he's scheduled somewhere else.
Well. Again, that's the problem with entering a lot of tours. Like, you can get out in round 1 easily because you might just not care or feel less motivated. Unless you're a really dedicated ROA main. No. Oh, no. Or a really dedicated small gun player. Who knows? Anyway, going off topic, next up we have a veteran, Sai.
The Gambit Man.
Yeah, 52 Gambit is back, and I will say he's
not better than ever.
He's the same. It's not better than ever, as in like, oh, he's drastically improved from before, from when we last saw him. But he played the same as I expected of him. What's his alt again?
Sash with 2 H's.
Oh, that's right. He's the Sash Man. So yeah, he played about the same as I would have expected. Like, I remember him competing in a past TLT, and he did quite neutrally, I would say. Or maybe that, or he got into the top 16, who knows. But
which past TLT? Was it
the Swiss one?
Right, the Swiss one. The only one I did well in, somewhat.
So, yeah, I think he played about the same as before, and the way he plays is very consistent. He's still good, so that makes me want to put him at a B. Like, he still got it, but does he have the extra oomph to take down some of the S&A players? Maybe not. Who knows? He did beat Temp in TPP, though, which has got to count for something.
Temp went 0-5 in TPP.
I
That
know.
doesn't count for much, actually.
I know, but it's still...
Everyone beat Temp.
Temp is the biggest loser. Just kidding. No shade. Anyway,
No shame to Temp at all. He's collabing with Alpharad.
Yeah, well, don't spoil that. But, you know.
It was a joke.
Alright, you would joke.
Alright. Now you make people question if it's a joke. Maybe I'm not joking.
Alright. So, Sai and B tier, pretty cool. Next up, we have Demikun, as I've been taught. Demikun. Let's see, look at his point breakdown. He played, again, very varied in terms of how many BLT tiers are there. Last time we saw him, BLT sucked. He played one match and he sucked at it.
Oof.
So.
I thought he played at least 2. Maybe 3 even.
No. I remember the one, and he ultra sucked in that. I just
remember one.
Yeah, I just remember one.
Was that the only one he did?
Yeah. But that match sucked, so it really didn't show his best performance.
What match are you referring to?
Actually, let me go check. So, I was mistaken. He played 3 matches, but I only saw the one, and he sucked.
I knew I was right about that.
He sucked in the one against Trade, and I didn't watch the Jovan matches, but, he went 0-3, right?
Well, to be fair...
I was right.
To be Where?
It was against Trade and Jovan.
One of them was Trade, and the other was Jovan twice.
Good lower tiers players against poor old
Like,
Demiku.
in his spot, I would have lost there too. Probably.
Alright. So where do we want to put him?
Can we honestly blame the guy?
Nah, probably not. But where do we want to put him? D or F?
D.
Alright, D for Demi.
We're being nice today.
Yes, very nice.
Or are we?
Well, sympathy. Empathy D. Next up, GG, I guess, Lamau. He's back.
Yes, best name man.
Best name man has a pretty varied as well. Monotype RU LCPU, so mostly lower tiers. I don't think he's changed in terms of playing wise. I think he played Ultra the same, and that performance is not good, not bad, just all right. That's my opinion. He just plays averagely. I wasn't impressed nor bored. I was just flatline. So I'm thinking that C is perfectly fine. He's the middle ground. He's completely the middle
Yes,
ground.
that would be where we put him last time in
Right.
the failed recording, so it makes sense.
So C it is. Next up, Genius from Hoenn, aka Hoenn Septile.
Yes, the slightly arrogant sounding one from Hoenn.
Watch him actually not be arrogant and we're just memeing. So
I don't know, anyone who calls himself a genius.
Or a master.
Except for M Genius.
Wink wink.
Like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
Taking a look at his points breakdown, we can see that he got the most points in Ubers, which makes sense because he is an Ubers main. He has played in a lot of Ubers tours on Smogon, and so doing Ubers here would give him much more of a chance to shine. Although the Ubers pool is pretty stacked because it's got FC in it.
It's somewhat small, but stacked.
Because FC is just going to tear this pool apart.
Well, actually, it's not that stacked. But okay, whoa. Like, it's got FC. It's got someone else, though, right?
Velvet.
That was not what I was thinking.
No, not Trade. Trade didn't qualify. But yeah, Hoenn Septile. I guess I'd put him at C again because, he does play pretty decently. But it's nothing too spectacular. It's just decent. He's alright.
Okay.
Alright, next up, we got some pretty big boys here. First up, we got Jomatos, aka Jonas.
Right. Badge Man. Also, you mentioned FC in Ubers. Yeah. You forgot Aberforth.
Oh yeah, Uber's leader Aberforth. Well, frick, then Hoenn Septile is gonna have a hard time then.
Yeah, maybe.
Alright, taking a look at Jomatos, stats here. He did get the 30, so kudos. He has played a lot of different things.
Oh, yes, Mikoi. Everyone we're talking about here got at least 30.
Yeah, good job. Well, in terms of tiers they played to get the 30, he's pretty varied. Like UU, NU, doubles, and Ubers. Jomatos is a VGC main. He got the last time I researched him, he got like round 9 at VGC Winter Seasonal. So he is a doubles main through and through. And he's a pretty good player.
It definitely seems that way.
And he's pretty good at singles. Like, he can pretty much dominate a game in any way, shape, or form. So, and he's quite and in terms of room tours, he's been pretty impressive. Enough for an A.
Yes. A for...
Jomei
No, A does
Toes.
not start... No, impressive does not start with A. What is the A for this time?
A for amazing. Awesome.
Well, he's not amazing, but you
Wow.
said he's good.
He's good.
An A, but I don't know if that's...
Not on the level of SMB, but he's still pretty good. Alright.
Okay.
Next up, John Filch. Another pretty notable guy around.
Yeah, the guy I thought said John Finch. John Finchnator.
I thought it's John Filth. But no.
That's rude.
That is rude.
Understandable.
I can't read. So,
but
John
at the same
Filch.
time, how would you mistake the C for... How would you mistake that C?
I read wrong. So, John Filch. Taking a look at his breakdown, he plays Monotype, Ubers, RU, and National Dex, UU, but OU. But that doesn't matter. Only Monotype, Ubers, and RU. You know, John Filch is a pretty good player. He has competed in a lot of Premier Leagues. Most specifically, the RU Premier League, which is doing pretty well.
Oh, good.
So, where do we want to put John Filch? I'm thinking like an A. He has a badge, so again, that's credited.
Yeah, and he has a questionable username that he put on the sign-up.
Thank you. I love cat girls. So yeah.
I heart cat girls.
Alright, so John Filch is A tier, same as Jomato's. I think both are equally, in terms of skill level, both are equally good. So that's my A rank.
Wait a minute.
Even though they play different tiers.
We just put like two people. We just put two J people in A.
Yes.
And both these people start with J-O.
Ajo.
No, Mikoi. That's Joe and Joe.
Oh. Jojo. Anyway.
It's a JoJo.
Yes, JoJo references. Yay! A JoJo. Alright. Next up.
The Part 9 JoJo, because this is BLT 9.
Yeah. Coincidence?
I'm not going to say anything. I'll leave that to your discretion.
Fine. Next up. The big boy. Kither. Do we really need to say anything else? S tier. Easily one of the greatest tournament players of all time. Back-to-back BLT champion. Tours Plaza Premier 1 and 2 champion. TPI champion as well. Very, very accomplished player. One of the best.
Arguably the best Tours Plaza player.
Arguably the best Tours Plaza player. Arguably the best Tours player. Maybe he's up there with...
No, not arguably the best Tours player.
Well, we
have multiple people up and running for that title.
Yeah, we have GXE, we have SMB, and now we have Kither. I consider him a pillar. So...
Got Frizzo, Ava, Trade, others.
And Kither belongs in that group, I think. So, yeah, S tier. Perfectly fine S tier. Next up.
Oh yeah, we also got Luthier in that category.
Yeah, Luthier as well. Alright, but Kither, S tier, easily. Next up. Lightning, 1870, aka Negatory. AKA Pfizer Load Orzai. Weird user, weird out to qualify for BLT, but credit to him, he's gotten a lot of points, especially in singles tiers.
I get the feeling you get a kick out of the Avatar reference.
Same. Same. Which, you know, I can't blame ya. Avatar's a good show. He's gotten a point, but it's surprising to me that he got as much singles tiers points as much as he can, because Lightning is actually a doubles main, but he wasn't really good in doubles, so it's fair.
So why is it surprising he got more in singles? If he wasn't great in doubles, then why should he be bad in singles?
I'm contradicting myself. But, he plays singles, and he plays singles pretty dang well. And I think he's improved over his past performances. Because his past performances back then, especially in BLTC's 6 and 7, they kind of sucked. I feel like he's rusty in that.
Yeah.
But, return to form back again after a 2-year hiatus. Welcome back, first of all. And, I think he's quite improved, but I'm going to put him in a C for now. But, when he does actually great in the doubles pool here in BLT 9, maybe we can rank him higher for the next year's tier list.
I thought you said he wasn't good in doubles.
Again, I want to see him improve.
But has he improved in doubles?
Meh. I don't know.
C?
So C. Alright.
Oh wait, I didn't even mean to do that. Wow.
Alright. Next up. Mamalu. From going from one doubles player to a actually pretty good doubles player. Mamalu.
Wait, when was he an doubles player?
No. Who, Mamalu?
Yeah, when?
No, I said going from an doubles player in Negatory to an actually pretty good doubles player in Mamalu.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Alright.
I thought you meant Mamalu was once but improved.
No, Mamalu I think has been very consistent. Aside from being my manager in the Italian team tour, which we made playoffs are, wink wink. Mamalu, I think, especially since ever since the Plaza days when Mamalu exclusively competed in the doubles tier in Torch Plaza Premier, to transitioning to being a pretty good doubles player last year, even though he had the match with TTT that everyone hated.
Yeah, that was pretty awful.
Yeah.
Didn't make Kither's top
No.
5 worst BLT videos.
That was number 6.
battles.
No, that was number 6. He put in it as an honorable mention.
I kind of remember seeing it there, though.
That sucked, though. It was in the comments. Someone brought it up. Didn't make it. But yeah. Mamalu. Aside from that game, the rest of Mamalu's performances were pretty good. I think this is a B.
Okay.
All right. I think he's on that level. I think Mamalu can do pretty well, and if you ever need a doubles player, Mamalu's not a bad shout. I'd expect him to go at least 5 to 8K. I think that's fair.
I was also thinking 5K.
Okay. So yeah, pretty good doubles hand if you're ever in a pinch. Next up.
Yes, if you're in a pinch.
Emphasis
on being in a pinch.
Number 2 in the leaderboard last cycle, we have Tommy Iggy, aka Pidgeot Mega. He's back.
Yes, he is. The former AG
Excuse me. A former AG
voice or driver or
You're just listening off the staff rules, but I think he was. But last time we saw him was in BLT 6, and I know because I teamed with him in the past. He was pretty good. He was pretty good back then, and I think after coming back into the fold, into the cycle, he's done really, really good. I mean, he got second in the cycle, for God's sakes, and he's competed in a lot of different tours.
He did grind quite a bit.
And in terms of his playing, I think he's never lost a step. So this guy, watch out for Pidgeot Mega in the well, who knows who knows what kind of tier he will play. Maybe Ubers again, who knows. So
well, why don't we just check the point breakdown?
Again, I've already shown the lovely people he's competed in a lot of tours. Most of them.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, most of them. I'm thinking of putting him in a B. I think it's tradition that we put like some of the top cycle leaderboarders in a B. I mean, we did that for Mal, we did that for Failbur, and now we're doing that for this one.
Okay, so tradition.
Yeah, it's tradition. Every top cycle leaderboarder, you're automatically getting a B. Alright.
And
Next up, from a Tours cycle grinder to a Plaza cycle grinder, we have Huge Noob Lamau, aka Pika Sup.
he's a plaza grinder?
He, Shadow Master, and Grandmaster all grinded the Plaza cycle for months. I think they were all neck and neck and neck in terms of who gets the carrot. But
Of course.
but you know,
Because, I mean, if you're a plaza grinder, it doesn't say that much.
hey, that's an insult to me. I was a Plaza grinder myself, bruh. Alright.
I mean, like, you don't have to be that good to grind in Tours Plaza.
I mean, it's pretty easy nowadays considering all
Like,
the
I
big
think
Plaza
all
players
those three
left.
probably had a similar skill level.
Yeah. Out of all the three I mentioned, though, out of all the three I mentioned, though, in the Plaza grinders, I think Pikachup is the worst of the three, and
I was about to say that, yes.
And taking a look at his points, impressive that he got 32 points and placed 30th, but not very good performances either way. So I'm thinking that D is perfectly fine for someone like Pikachup.
Yeah, he is a huge noob, Lamau.
Yep. So yeah, Pikachup. I know he's grinding the current cycle, but oh man, he's gonna have a tough time.
Hey, Meekboy, did we roast him enough?
Yeah. I think we've sufficiently roasted him.
Did we roast him the same amount of roast to the same extent of roasting we did yesterday?
Yes, we did.
I don't feel like we did, but
I don't.
okay.
All right. Next up, we have Piyush 25. Everyone's favorite punching bag in the Hindi room.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Why is he a punching bag?
I don't know. Everyone kind of bullies him in the Hindi room. I don't know why. But Piyush, he plays a lot of different tiers as well. He plays OU, Ubers, and LC. Looking at his Smogon wall, looking at his Smogon wall, he's played a lot of World Cup and PSPL stuff. And he's also a pretty good lower tiers main, but I think he's on the same level as Ashbala in that, they're pretty solid in terms of the different tiers, but would they stand out in BLT in the BLT pool? I don't think so. So I think I'm gonna put him in the same level as Ashbala and put them at a C.
Okay.
Alright. Next up.
Would you say putting him in a C is a punch or a compliment?
I think it's
Are we adding
both.
to his punching bag? Are we treating him as a punching bag too right now, or are we giving him a break?
I think both. Both is the logical answer.
What?
It's a compliment punch.
What?
You may not get it, but I do.
What?
Alright.
Huh?
Alright. Going off a tangent. Next up, we have Plas. Or Plaz. Plasmag.
Not Plas.
Yeah.
It's Plaz.
Hey, I call him Plas, even back then. Career boy.
Plaz.
Alright, Plasmagby.
Plaz.
Alright, Plasmagby. He has qualified for 39 points, and I know he's qualing again. We're not gonna say what the alt name is, but he's around. but he is a lower tiers main, predominantly an LC main, and we know this because he is so good back in his day in LC.
Yeah, I can also testify to this.
Yes, and as
like, I was just I tried doing a Gen 7 LC earlier.
You got
what looked to be some rando round 1. Got creamed.
Yep, and
makes sense. The person was Plaz.
So, Plaz, as his manager back then during the Snoms, I can definitely say that is a Plaz is a good sport and an incredibly fantastic player, and I think he's better than ever. I think he's definitely improved over his past, and
he's better.
Yeah, he's better than ever. I'd say. I think he's really improved his stock. So I think an A. I think an A suffices him.
Would you have not ranked him that before?
I ranked him in A.
Well then.
All right, so A it is. I definitely do like the dude.
A it is. He is great.
Yeah, definitely do like the dude. Definitely worth your money. If you decide to buy him, definitely worth your money. All right.
Yes.
Next up, another Tours veteran in the past, Reginald. Ripe and ready.
Hey, Raji.
Welcome back, Raji. Reginald is a Rams main. From what we know of him, he's a Rams main, but he's not bad at singles tiers. He can actually play some OU quite decently.
Yeah, if I had to say what normal tier he mains, it would probably be OU.
Yeah. He has competed in the past.
I don't know if he still does that though.
He has competed in the past. He did pretty well, I would say, back in the day. But nowadays, I think he's just shifting his focus more on Rands. But he can still play singles tiers. In terms of playing skill, though, I think a B is perfectly fine.
Yeah, he's not as good as he once was.
Yeah, if it was
he
back
fluctuates.
then.
He goes through phases.
Yeah, he's had a pretty up and down career. Like 1 year he can go S tier or A tier, but he can also be a C tier at best. So I think B is like the perfect mix between a fluctuating player such as Reginald.
Yes.
All right, next up, Saba 1111.
Oh, well, my favorite players here.
Yeah, one of my personal favorite players. The most underrated Tours player, I will say. Saba got 111 points. He plays a lot of different tours to qualify here, which is fair because if you want an all-arounder, my God, Saba will not let you down. He can play almost anything, and he can play them really well.
Yes, but man, he got 111.
And
stuck to that, and
he didn't.
He paid the price.
Screw El Cap and TGA, you blue bastards! You knocked out Saba in the top 8. All right.
No, I never thought about it like that. They are both blue. B words, aren't they?
Yes. So, also he won Tours Plaza Classic 3, which is very overdue. Finally, the guy has won a tour.
Yes, good job, Saba.
So where do we want to put Saba? I'm thinking, is it enough for me to call him an A? Because I think he's massively improved.
Of course it's enough for you to call him. Oh, wait. You mean you're deciding between A and S?
No, S, A, or B. The lowest I can give him is B.
A. B is low.
Okay, so A it is. A it is.
Like, you don't honestly think Saba is on the same level as a perfect Mina, do you?
Nah, Saba's way better.
Yeah, see?
If he goes for 111k, I will start reading the One Piece manga. That's a high standard.
And I guess you're not reading the One Piece manga.
Nope. Anime for life. Next up.
Mikwa, you're kind of missing out on
I know. Next up.
Not getting the shorts.
Next up we have another old veteran in the tours room scene who's only competing in his second tour of 2022 because he's a retired son of a gun.
And he's very proud of that.
He's a retired son of a gun, Shadow Monster 7.
Yes, you took the win for his team in BLT 7.
Yes, he won the team for the Rufflets in the BLT 7 tiebreaker finals, and, judging from his playstyle...
Was the 7 foreshadowing?
Yes. Yes, it was.
Holy crap.
Judging by his points breakdown, as you can see, 12 points earned from doubles. Very consistent there, because he is one of the most wild card doubles mains ever. Like, he can play doubles. He's gone toe to toe with guys like SMB, TTTX, and he can put up a fight. He's done really well in the double scene. And speaking from experience, I think Shadow is a really good dude, really good teammate.
I will agree with that. Yes.
So, where do we want to put Shadow? How are we gonna put 2022 Shadow? Because 2018, 2019 Shadow, I think, is the peak Shadow. 2022 Shadow, though, I think a B. He's certainly gone. I think he's lost quite a few steps since then, but it's not fatal. It's not a fatal like I would put him at C if 100%. But no, he's still got it. He's still got it. I can't wait him. I can't wait for him to tear up the double scene once again, and he's definitely one of the best doubles players. He's one of the best double steals you can get.
Oh baby, he's got it.
Alright, while PokeArt sings, next up we have...
No, I'm done.
Alright, next up we have Sword Strike, aka Box Own My Jack, which we really thought was a returning player, but it wasn't.
Jack in my box, where are you?
Yeah, where are you? We need
Jack
the ALC.
in my box is missing.
Yeah, the Jack...
I can't find it.
That sounds really inappropriate. 28... 28...
Excuse me?
Never mind. 28 points in OU and 2 points in PU. That's the only way he qualified for this year.
Wow.
Alright, so where do we want... So, about Sown by Jack, I mean, seeing his replays, he's fine. He's not bad, per se, but it's just unspectacular. Just the same way I viewed Piyush and Ashbala and Gigi, I guess, Lamau. So, same tier. The tier it is.
Well then.
Next up.
But now it really does sound like Piyush is continuously being a punching bag.
Oof.
Sorry,
Piyush.
Based on what you just said.
Sorry, Piyush. Alright, next up we have one of the GOATs, T-Lenet. One of the most unluckiest players we have ever seen. If you don't know what I mean, go watch T-Lenet versus Hoopa 590.
Actually, I don't know what you mean because I missed what you were saying. My Wi-Fi crapped out.
Okay. Next.
Although, considering what you just mentioned.
Yes.
T-Lenet.
Seriously, go watch that game if you want to laugh at this man's pain. T-Lenet had a...
No, don't laugh at the man's pain.
I'm being mean. But,
feel pain with him. Come on, yeah. That's the least you can do.
Empathize with T-Lenet.
That's what I felt at the time.
Yeah, he went...
And he was against my own teammate.
He was 0-3 in the start of BLT7. actually pulled it back in the last couple of weeks of BLT. So he can be a good asset.
Yeah, see?
Just,
I told you.
Just he can be a good asset. Just don't let him get hacks. Plain and simple.
Well, you see, there's a little issue with that.
It's not his fault.
It isn't exactly something you can tell him not to do.
Yeah, I know. He is a proven commodity after all. He plays a lot of lower tiers, but PU is his most dominant tier. So where are we gonna put the old? So we're gonna put old Teal in it.
He was never a bad player. He just got hacked
Badly. Where do you want to put him? A or B?
So A.
A? Okay.
I honestly think he's a great player.
Okay. Fair enough. I will concede and put him at an A. So that's a good spot for Tila in it. I think he belongs in the list, such as Plaza and Saba. Alright, next up, we have T-Exit X-Us.
We have this guy, right.
Yeah. So, next up is T-Exit X-Us. He made top 16 of Tours Plaza Classic 3, which is very impressive considering the level of players in that tour. Despite being 64 players, he had a pretty easy road going into top 16. He did lose to Ron.
Are you praising him or not? You were just saying it's very impressive, but then you're saying he had an easy road.
Yeah. That's the perfect like viewpoint I had on TX. Like he had an easy road, but he made it far, which is impressive. He did lose to Ron in the quarterfinals, but still a pretty good road.
I don't know if you're praising him or not. This is very unclear.
So, taking a look at what TX has accomplished in this cycle. Where is your name?
They got 30 points.
They did get 30.
That's something they accomplished.
Yeah, they got 30 points, and their most favorite tier, the one they got the most points in, is doubles, which he got half of 30 in.
Yeah, makes sense.
I would say doubles is his strong.
Doubles player though.
Yeah, he does play doubles. I say doubles is his strongest tier, but looking at that doubles.
I don't know if it's the strongest, but he definitely plays it.
Yeah,
quite a bit.
But looking at the pool in doubles, I think he's gonna have a hard time picking up wins. So.
He's like. I'd be surprised if he picked up a single win.
Wow. Okay. So I think a C is perfectly fine for him because of his road to TPC, but maybe he might be a good sub. Yeah. I'm ranking him over Pika's up, and yes, that is how I see it.
Well, okay, although, let me just say, perhaps I wouldn't be totally surprised if he won at least once, but the doubles pool always tends to be kind of stacked, and I don't see him being on the level of, any of the notable players.
Anyone else in the doubles pool.
Not terribly close.
Alright. So yeah, TX is easily in the middle ground in terms of even in his own strongest tier. I would say he's average in that too. So see, it is.
But hey, you ranked him one tier higher than last time.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Wigglytuff, rough skin Sharpedo. S. I've sung my praises already for him yesterday, and I will sing him praises again. So, Rough Skin Sharpedo got third. He got the most points in any.
You know what else Rough Skin Sharpedo did? Costed SMM a game in BLT.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Good on you, Wigglytuff. Good job, Wigglytuff. Let's see his points breakdown, shall we? NU, 41 points, which is surprising because I believe this guy's a mono main. And he only got 7 points there.
Really?
That's what I've heard through the grapevine. But if he does well in NU, then all right.
Grapevine.
Yeah. So, but he does
Talking
play.
grapevine.
Okay. So he has played a lot of different tiers as well. He played almost every of the BLT tiers. So impressive stuff. But what
almost every?
I think every.
Well, let's see. NU, doubles.
Almost every.
That would be the only one that isn't here.
Almost every tier except PU. But Ruskin Sharpedo, I think he's on that level. I think he's a pretty fantastic player. Even Smogon wise or Tours wise. He's pretty good. I would call him a pretty underrated pick in the I think he's gonna go high, I think. Like 12, 13K.
That's your definition of high?
What? Do you expect me to go like 23K Wigglytuff?
Oh no, not really, but I just don't think I just don't think 12 to 13K is generally considered high.
Okay, maybe 16 or 17K then.
That's decently high.
So yeah, I think Wigglytuff is very good. If you do pick him, like you're not gonna have a bad option as a player in either of these tiers or whatever he signed up. But yeah, definitely watch out for Wigglytuff in BLT. I'm quite excited. All right, next up we have Wobben,
who is no longer in first place. How did that change so fast?
Just for context, he actually made first place in Cycle 4 far.
He was first place when we were recording yesterday, and now he's not.
All right.
Even though he was pretty.
He had 30 points.
Ahead of everyone else.
He got the 30. He is the first qualifier of TLT Cycle 4. No, BLT Cycle 4. So, yeah.
He already qualified in this cycle.
This cycle as well, so... Wobben was pretty notable because he had the important match against Mac 3 for whenever the Puchienas go into playoffs or not.
Oh, I mentioned that.
And he kind of sucked. And he kind of sucked in that match, and he was unspectacular last year anyway.
I honestly am under the impression he wasn't trying too hard there.
I guess because the Turtwigs.
It's quite possible.
Because the Turtwigs, his team is already
that he didn't want to win to get us out.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's what he was trying to do, but it is a possibility.
Sus.
Actually, I won't even because that actually sounds pretty bad now that I say it.
Alright, so where do we want to put Wobben? I'm thinking DC.
DC? Like comics?
Yes.
DC Comics?
CD or compact disc.
DC Universe?
Alright, I'm thinking... Man, this is hard. Maybe I'll put him in high D. Like low C, high D. Maybe, yeah, low C, high D.
Alright, he's in the D of the DC.
Alright, the Detective Comics.
Do you know what... I was about to...
I know what Detective Comics is. I know what you're thinking, PokeArt.
I was about to say, do you know what it stands for?
I knew what you were about to say, and I slammed it. Alright, next up we have Axello, the player we actually don't quite know, but he made top 8.
Good job, unknown player.
Good job, Axello. Well, he's not particularly unknown. He does play Rands a lot. Even got points off of it. 11 points in Gen 6 Randbats. But he does play quite decently in OU, UU, PU, doubles, NU monotype. He's almost played every tier.
How often was Gen 6 Randbats set during the cycle for him to have 11 points from it?
I don't know, maybe a few, and he's just done pretty well. Axello, where do we want to put this guy? I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's not D tier.
He's got 32 OU points.
Yeah. I'm thinking like low B. Like B minus minus.
Hey, has he gotten points from
Actually,
every BLT tier?
I think he did, which is impressive.
Wait. Ubers isn't here.
Ubers is not there. Pain. Oh well.
Man.
So yeah.
There's always something.
So yeah. Anyway, XLO B minus minus. We think he's still good. He's still got the gist of how to win. It's just that is it enough for the win-win? Meh. I don't know. We'll see. And finally, Skelly34, another returning player.
Hey, it's Bob Cranium.
Yep, Bob Cranium, aka Skelly. He's back, and he's better than... No, not better than ever. I think he still plays the same way. But taking a look at his... taking a look at his points breakdown, he's played PU, UU, NU, doubles. He's played pretty much... He can play singles as well as doubles decently. And even back then, we highly ranked X Skelly because, you know, he was good. He's still good. But isn't it? Maybe I'll put him in A. You know what? Maybe I'll put him in A because he's a proven player. He's pretty dang good. And he can certainly be a surprise pick for most of you. And if you do pick him, I think he always goes high. Maybe like 9K at least. And that's my definition of high.
Yeah, that seems... I guess that's your definition of high, because you've never gone for that high?
Nope. Nope! Anyway.
I probably haven't either, honestly.
Anyway, that is the end of the BLT Cycle 3 Qualifiers tier list. Tune in next cycle where we tackle Cycle 4 Qualifiers tier list. And then we can finally proceed with the draft, which I may be streaming, and the BLT proper. Aren't you excited?
What's that gonna be like, streaming the draft?
I don't know, maybe we'll figure something out.
Just reacting to the prices
Yes.
of people
Yes.
bidding and whatnot?
Oh, you mean that? Yes.
Seems a little much.
But hey, this is a reaction channel, okay? Anyway, thank you all for watching.
I thought this was a ranking channel, a tiering channel.
Thank you for watching. Please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, click that notification so you wouldn't miss any of my videos once they come out. And we'll see you next cycle. This has been Mikoy, signing out.
Goodbye.